Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sam Siasi, a physician assistant in emergency medicine for 8 years, and today we're going to talk about fevers. So let's break it down and talk about what actually is a fever. Temperature, it is 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius. What's happening? How does this happen? Or how does your temperature rise? Well, you have a little center in your brain called your hypothalamus, and essentially is your thermoregulator center. So it maintains a nice homeostasis of a core temperature of 98.6 plus or minus 1 degree depending on the time of day to keep your body functioning at full capacity. So then how does our temperature rise up to 100.4 or even higher? Well, most commonly you have these pathogens such as your viruses, your bacteria, and your immune system recognize them as foreign and starts an immune system response. So as a result of your immune system response, those endotoxins travel up to your brain, tell your hypothalamus, hey, there's a foreign body going on, let's raise the temperature of our body so that they can die because they can't really last in a high temperature environment. That is the thought and the theory. Most commonly the viruses and bacteria. So what does your body do? Whoop, temperature goes up. As a result, what we experience in the human body is usually the shivering, most commonly, and then when the temperature drops, you get the sweating. So let's talk about that a little bit more in detail of why we have those symptoms. As a reminder, when you have a pathogen that's eliciting an immune response, what happens is that the signal goes up to your hypothalamus and it tells it, hey, raise the temperature. Well, how does our body do that? Most commonly is vasoconstriction. So basically we're retaining all of the temperature and heat that we have, and sometimes we generate shivering, which essentially is increasing the temperature of your muscles. So when we take an antipyretic such as a Tylenol or ibuprofen, or you drink plenty of cold fluids, what happens is your vessels dilate and they open up and causing you to sweat, and that's actually lowering your body's temperature. So it's pretty amazing that this is our body's natural response to a pathogen or a pyrogen that's causing this elevation in temperature. So let's think about it. If we are supposed to do this, why would we take antipyretics such as Tylenol, Advil, or aspirin to lower the temperature? Basically, those antipyretics are just managing your symptoms because you get headaches, you can get vomiting, and that's honestly where I recommend going to the emergency room for that, but you can feel fatigued, dehydrated. So the antipyretics actually calm those symptoms down so you can actually function and or sleep at night. Where it becomes a problem is when your temperature rises above generally 102 degrees or higher, because that puts you at risk of seizures and essentially your body just shutting down. At temperatures that hot, the actual proteins in your body start to denature and unwind and unfold and just not work. So in conclusion, it's not wrong to take antipyretics, but at the same time, you don't have to jump to them right away. Only if your symptoms are that bad where it's affecting your activities of daily living. I recommend other things to lower your temperature, such as drinking plenty of fluids, especially because you're sweating it out trying to break that fever. You want to make sure that you're hydrated with cold water. That will also lower your body temperature. And also, just rest. Rest in a cool temperature, cool rags, that will also help as well. So if your daily activities are being affected, you can't work or you can't sleep at night because of this fever or the symptoms of the fever such as headaches or shivering, I definitely recommend taking some ibuprofen and Tylenol just to help manage your symptoms so you can become a functional person. Otherwise, cool compresses, cold fluids, ice bath, all of those things will help reduce your temperature and fever down while your body's immune system is still fighting off that pathogen. So if you learned something here, go ahead and share with a friend or family member that could benefit from the same information. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to get more information. Each week I'm producing out new videos about medicine, health, and fitness. So until then guys, see you next week.